I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. Alright. I'm coming. I'm trying to, anyway. Alright. Sorry, I don't think it was a complaint. I think it was just Netflix being... Not Netflix, but PlayStation Network being douchey. Big shock and big surprise, right? So... Give me a moment here. Sorry, guys! I'm back! I am. I didn't mean to leave you hanging. Hopefully Snookums comes back. Give me a second here, guys. I'm hoping I don't get a copyright strike because this music is friggin' playing. And I hate when this music plays, so... Yeah, hey, sorry DMK, network error, I don't know what happened. But I gotta kill this music because otherwise I'm gonna lose ad revenue. And I hate losing ad revenue. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Hold on, guys. Woo! Now you guys are here. Awesome. I'm gonna have to guys make you guys in charge again. So hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, network error. There we go. And as you can see, EM's over here just chilling. Awesome. Cool. The broadcast has started. Alright, cool. I'm glad. Alright. Sup DMK, network error, and here we are again. Now you shot the piano, man. Yeah, I had to because, you know, they get kind of pissy about that stuff. So, I don't know what to do. You know, with YouTube, things of that nature, it gets kind of asinine. So, now that it's just us for the time being until everybody else figures out where the hell I am, what do you guys want to chat about? Throw a question my way. I will talk and answer everything as long as shit remains respectful. And yes, I know you guys are getting a lot of cleaving ass shots. I'm sorry. Not that you all mind or care. Oh, let me check chat here. See what's going on. Have I seen Kong Skull Island? Sad story there. I was supposed to see it last night. Yeah, part of the reason why I've been miserable the past couple days. Seeing this guy, he only lives like 20, 30 minutes from me. Yeah, I've been shot, ran over, stabbed, drowned, multiple car accidents. Nothing dealing with this, just my shitty luck. The shooting and the scar, I don't know if you guys can see it here or not, that came from 2 different attempted muggings where somebody tried to mug me. That's what I get for going to the clubs and trying to get my way to the ATM. Stabbing was just a weird turn of events. Again, in a bar, walking in with a group of people. I guess somebody was trying to stab somebody else, and I just happened to step in at the wrong place. So yeah, getting ran over, that was an interesting situation, like right across the street, well, right across the street from the hospital, it was the auto place, changing my light bulb, and here was this little old biddy driving and could barely see over the dash and backs into me, destroys the taillight I just replaced. And I thought it was so cute because she gets out of the car, "Oh, honey, do you need me to call 911? And before I black out, first words out of my mouth, like, "No, the hospital's over there, I'll make it." Yeah, I've been in multiple car accidents. Got a scar like up in here from where a piece of windshield completely embedded into me. I have basically a lung and a half now. Yeah, so built tough, built to last. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be back. No, I didn't get to watch Kong. I was supposed to. Like I said, I've seen this guy up in Carlisle. A really sweet guy. We were seeing each other often at one, quite, for a good bit. I'd say now for the last 2, maybe 3, 4 years. He all-time worked all the time, so it really put a damper on the relationship. Last year he said he wanted space for a little bit. Me being me, I gave him space, because that's what you do. And he started talking to me again, and I figured, hey, it was business as usual. What I didn't know was there was another girl, much like myself, another trans girl, so at least we know he has a type, that was in New York. And I'm sitting there like, dude, you're 30 minutes away from me, several hours away from her. What's the fucking draw, And I'm like, look, what's going on here, things of that nature. I told him how I felt. I feel about this big now because I confessed. I confessed basically how I feel. I laid it all out there on the line. You ever see Chasing Amy? Yeah, it was kind of like that scene. He acted like, well, I didn't know you felt that way, and da-da-da-da-da. I thought that was the end of the little bippy up in New York. Sometimes my curiosity gets the best of me. So I decided to Facebook stalk, and apparently he was there the other weekend when he was supposed to be with me. And then the weekend after that, she came down to where he lived, and there was a bunch of pictures on her page, and I asked him about it. I said, hey, hon, what's the deal here? You said you weren't feeling well, you didn't want to go out that night. Yeah, I'm sorry, let's do something tonight, blah, 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 blah. And me being me, I'm like, a screenshot of that, and I'm like, huh, funny story. And you're going to see her again in 2 weeks? Yeah, what's the deal here? Same song and dance, as usual. So I let it go thinking he was going to clear it up. Well, no, he decides not to. He wanted to hang out with me to see Skull Island the other night, and I didn't go because we got to talking, and I'm like, look, I don't like being played. You played me, you played her. It's not cool. And I'm like, does she know anything about me or anything of that nature? And what I did is I sent her all the conversations and screenshots that I've had with him for the last couple months. Basically saying, honey, looks like we've both been played. I know how he tastes. I probably know how you taste too. And I just left it at that. Yeah, people waste my time constantly. To me, it's like I'm not getting any younger. My health isn't perfect. I totally understand why he might not want a committed relationship. He was a little bit younger. Not by much, 8 years. But the thing of it is that I've seen the end, so to speak, of my existence more than once. Yeah. Well, some people are like that, Robbie. It kind of sucks. But some people are just like that, and it sucks. It's rough. It hurts, especially when you confess how you feel. And here I am, supposed to be this tough war girl who has survived a lot of shit and a lot of bad divorces. But it's like I told him, I'm like, I have never been hurt this bad in my life, and coming from me to tell you that, it says a lot. So I clean my hands of it. I can cut my losses. The thing that I take away from this is you know, it's unlike a marriage. I didn't, you know, get married. I don't have all these other extra ties with it. The upside of the fact that he's a guy is that there's no children and I can't get pregnant, so I don't have that worry, and, you know, I don't have any of the other additional concerns therein. So it's easier to clean ship. As terrible as it makes me sound, yes, I'm a terrible pansexual, but I think guys are going to be my modus operandi from now on out, because yeah, it's a lot less messier than dealing with women. I love you ladies, don't get me wrong, but I'm just being honest. We a crazy bunch, to say the least. Oh, your girlfriend's still sleeping, huh? 8 years. Well, my cutoff these days is 10, so that's still okay. Yeah, well, I've gone younger. Yeah, I saw a guy once when I was 33, 34. Yeah, and he was 19. Yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it was fun, but does that make me a cougar? I'm curious. Does that officially make me a cougar? I'm guessing it does. Does that work that same way with me? I don't know. But it is a good thing, I think. Yeah, let me check these messages on here because my shit's not updating as well. You don't find a lot in common with the young ones. The young ones are the thing, though, because, and I think that's why I have such luck with the young ones, is that they're okay with this. You know, they're okay. They seem to be more open and more accepting of somebody who's trans. And, you know, it's hard to find a guy my age or older that doesn't look at it as just a sexual thing. Don't get me wrong, sex is good. You know, it's fine having NSA and shit of that nature as long as people are clean and things of that nature. But I want substance. You know, I want a partner. You know, I want somebody who's there to support me and I support them. I call it fucked up. Army. I was in finance, actually, ages and ages and ages ago. Used to report up the New Cumberland Army Depot. Yeah, I was the guy who made sure, you know, I was the girl at the, guy then, girl at the time, and made sure you all got paid while you're in the trenches. What you would think wouldn't be a very hands-on tactical job, but such is life. Yeah, I don't want NSA either. Yeah, it's like, well, it's not just my age. I'm 38, and I've stared down a number of barrels in my lifetime. Time's short, time's fleeting. I'm not rushing into anything, but I want somebody I know that's going to be there for me. The best way I can put it is, if you've ever read or seen, you know, read Constantine or seen the TV show Constantine, I can totally get behind that character. Because anybody I've ever loved has either left or died, or is going to at some point. I always seem to outlast everybody. I don't know why. When I get involved with somebody, I'm there for the long haul. You're stuck with me. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. I'm built Tonka tough. You know, and it's hard to find other people that are Tonka tough as well. Because most people are flighty. You know, the first sign of a problem, nobody wants to work on it. Nobody wants to, you know, try to make the situation better. Nobody wants to. Yeah, we all die at some point. Some of us die and just keep coming back. And that's the thing. You know, you can call it romantic or what have you. The day I die, I want flowers at my grave. I don't want to be some pauper's grave. I don't want it to be basically no one there. You know? Silly, I know. I've always told people, like, hey, the day I go, please, you know, bring me flowers. Let's make at least this one promise. Because I have that fear that it's going to be empty. And yeah, I have kids and I have family now, but that fear is still there. and I want to be remembered. Yeah, so am I. I'm an anchored kind of gal, you know? I am very loyal to a fault. Hell, granted, I love to dress like this. I love to be a little flashy and a little showy. But a dude who hooks up with me someday is going to be lucky. Because, me being me, shit, I own all kinds of 50s housewife dresses. Perfect housewife ever. Not only that, but considering the fact I'm transgender, if they want to help me out with the finances, they're fully customizable, too. As terrible as that sounds. Well, true. Ah, Switzerland. Take care. But, yeah, it's just one of them things. And hey, you ever notice who gave you kids? Two women, actually. Um, not my first, my third fiance. That was a sad story. I still have like a good relationship with those kids and her to a degree. But the thing of it is that in reality she wasn't ready to settle down. Is probably the best way I can put it. She ran around a lot. When my son was born, my eldest son, there was a question of his paternity, and there was a couple guys that it could have been. And the funny part of it is I was supposed to be sterile. Funny story that. But I was the only one who volunteered to get the test. Volunteered to try to step forward and be the dad, you know, or the mom in this case nowadays. You know, he's got a mom and he's got a mama, Sasha. But, you know, step forward and be a parent, because kid needs parents, you know. And it just so happened to turn out that that's the way it worked out. And I tried to work things out with her, but it didn't work, because she still had wild oats to sow. And I'm like, look, before you were just hurting me, now you're hurting both of us. And so I had to, you know, step my separate way from it. It's funny because recently she apologized for it and like, hey, you know, I wasn't the right place in my life, and you know, you pay your support, you are good to Elijah, you do what you need to. And it's great. I mean, it was the coolest thing ever that she would apologize. Outside of that, you know, her husband was one of my good friends, is one of my good friends. You know, he's a great guy, runs a local comic shop. You know, he even asked me what I thought of the situation since Rachel and I have kids together. Well, sorry, didn't mean to mention a name, but because since we have a kid together. And I'm like, look, you know, I'm perfectly cool with this. It's awesome. You know, you're a good guy. I know you're not going to treat my kid like crap. By all means. And that's great. It works out. Not to say there hasn't been speed bumps. But yeah, that's a good situation. My ex-wife, on the other hand, that's a little complicated. There's still some bitterness there. I got 2 kids with her, and I wish I could see them more often. Being not able to drive, it complicates things. Having a job now that only makes half as much as what I used to really makes things difficult. I do what I can, I write letters, I see them when I can, but yeah, there's a lot of bitterness and anger there, and it's not so much on my part. It could be, but it is what it is. DJ, you want to go ahead and take care of them too? But the kicker of it is that I do have a great relationship with my kids down in West V. It's just, yeah, it's complicated. Go back to the corner, you monster. I'm assuming that you're... okay, Horojo, Hundile, whatever. You can have nightmares. Go and do whatever. Seclusum DMK 218. Hello. Hi. Psycho Slim, how's it going? Yeah, it is what it is. I ain't worried about it. it makes things complicated. But with Elijah, I get to see him pretty much every other weekend. The other two kids, I get to see them when I can. But it's complicated. It makes things very, very complicated. Fucking clones. Okay, I'm gonna list on the clones. Is there some sort of gag I'm not seeing here, or some sort of joke? Does this have something to do with like the old Star Wars expanded universe? What's the deal? Fucking clones. But yeah, with my other two kids, yeah, it's complicated. If you can't tell, I get a little hurt talking about that, so it is what it is. Oh, so they're trolling an account. Ronnie, seriously, dude, I'm not working on my voice. This is who I am. And I'm not a bro. And I'm not a man, though even if I were, I'd probably be more of a man than you. Ah, okay. Well, you can call me what you want, but that's how you get blocked. If you guys want to waste your time building accounts, you guys are giving me views and feedback. Do you guys not understand ad revenue at all? Because if you're watching, I'm getting some AdSense. I'm getting some money. The best thing you can do is just click away and move on. Because if you watch, you're paying me. So, hey, if you want to waste your time paying me by insulting me, because it don't bug me. But it is what it is. Let me see what we've got here. Yeah, they'll probably keep creating profiles and whatnot. Hey, we lasted an hour the last time without an internet connection problem. Ronnie, on my last video, we explained to everybody that some women have penises. Some women have vaginas. Some men have penises, even though a lot of times, probably like yours, you can barely call them a penis. I think they're micro penises. We sometimes call them a clitoris. And some men have vaginas, which, again, going back to you. But the thing of it is that there's 3 different ideals here. You got identity, you got gender, you got basically sexuality, and all 3 of them are not intertwined. Yep, exactly. That's his ignorance or whatever. I'd be more than glad to educate you and try to teach you on the way things are, but it is what it is. It's kind of like, people who's like, oh, well, how do you have sex? Sex isn't necessarily penetration. I always find it humorous, like, when a guy brings up penetration as sex. I'm like, have you ever had anybody stick their finger up your ass? You've been penetrated, so you've had gay sex. No, not really. It's kind of like with the whole lesbian thing. People don't understand that some women find women attractive. Some men find men attractive. And they're like, well, those lesbians are using a dildo. That's still penetration. Yeah, but it's a woman that's behind it. It's a woman who's loving on another woman, regardless of the situation. It's just ignorant, cis-normative homophobia. Anna Biller's Love Witch. No. Hey, Pornhub, you've gotten a lot of advertisement here, because we've had a lot of bigots, so people have been basically saying, check out Pornhub, check out Chatterbait, because people are basically things of that nature. Why'd I get timed out? I don't think it was you. It might be connection issues. I apologize, Chloe. Because I put your T here, Chloe. I don't get that. Well, that's the thing. I identify as a woman. If I have sex with a man, and he identifies as a man, is it gay? Why are you cisgender, Astros? Ask yourself that. Yeah, I probably am lagging really bad. Me being me, I have to do the basically the 720p because I want better video quality. So if I ever decide to pull this and edit it and slap it together with some videos and some clips, I can do that. Yeah, it all depends. Well, Astros, that's on you. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but the thing of it is that you can't really answer me as to why you're hetero or cisgender. You've never tried being transgender. You've never tried sex with a man. What does that matter? It's like those kind of questions. I am on 1080. Well, try 720p. That might actually help Pornhub. So give that one a whirl. So yeah, that's basically what it is. So, and I'm assuming that my boys here got Astros and sent him to hell. Drag him to hell. Yeah, try 720p. I tried to go higher to do HD on here, but it says it won't stream if I go higher. That, and let's be honest, the quality off the PlayStation Network camera is not the best thing in the world. No, it's not. Cisgender is not an ignorant thing because people have to use the phrase transgender. I am a woman. People choose to define the type of woman that I am. So when I'm talking about another woman, wouldn't I need a word to kind of define them? I mean, I understand if you're offended by it, but we don't use it as an offensive term. Because I don't feel like saying normal women or biological women. We use the phrase cisgender. So that's just how it works. Don't like it? Tough. I didn't make up the terminology. It's basically like with the LGBTQIA. I would prefer that we just called it GSD, gender sexual diversity. It's simple. It's compact. Encompasses everything. But LGBTQIA, dear God, it's gotten to the point where we got to put a plus sign at the end of it. Yeah, it is a Latin prefix, DJ Doc. But the thing of it is people need terminology to define it. And, it's offensive when you say, oh, well, that's a normal woman, or, oh, that's a biological woman, or, oh, that's a genetic one. I hate that phrase, because there is so much more to genetics and biology and everything else. Oh yeah, well GSD can be problematic because of that. I've got no control over those people. I'm not even going to mention them here. But, you're going to have people out there that also try to throw in other sexualities too. So it is what it is. Hey Robert, what's going on? Oh, thank you, C. Sarton. Yeah, I do my best with what I got. A good pair of nice pantyhose goes a long way. Same way with a corset, which is getting ready to kill me. I've already had to stitch this one up several times. Yeah, and my pocket bra, I love this new pocket bra. Oh my goodness. It is the greatest thing in the world. It's kind of funny though, because I had to wear boot socks to kind of go with my boots. And granted, they don't match, but I don't know if you guys can see or not, but there's little skulls in there. How is my night going? Oh, it's going great. Granted, I got some of my sob story out, talking about my kids, reflecting on my kids, reflecting on a relationship I just got out of. I could be negative about it, but what's the point? I just got done with a great meeting trying to get Pride started in my little town here, Chambersburg, PA. So that's got me excited because, hey, we're finally getting Pride in town. Granted, There's been some ignorance and some bigots and things of that nature, but the kicker of it is that you're going to have that no matter what. But the problem of it is, like I told people in charge of the bureau and everything else, this is happening regardless if you like it or not. There it is. We already have businesses that are attached that are willing to help us out. There's going to be a lot of live music. There's going to be a lot of art. And then, of course, we've got some wonderful after parties planned. I think what it is the town's afraid that the images of Pride, like you see those big, loud, boisterous parades, and we're not going for that. We might do a charity walk. We might do some other stuff, but it's going to be very classy and upbeat. Don't get me wrong, we're going to have our crazy-ass after party. I've already got that place secured and lined up, but it's going to be great. Hey, what's up, Mike? Oh, you're bored tonight? I'm sorry. I could recommend a couple movies for you. If you get a chance, check out Harbinger Down. Great, great movie. They actually took effects from the Thing prequel that came out. What was that? 2010? 2011? So they took those effects, like the practical effects, because they could pretty much axe those, and use those to kind of make their own movie. And I mean, it's a brilliant film. It's like The Thing, but it's not The Thing, but it's really good. It's called Harbinger Down. One of my other favorite movies that's fairly recent that's been on repeat is Wormwood, Road of the Dead. Think Dawn of the Dead basically meets Road Warrior. It's great. Tron, we're not talking about porn here. Again, I keep explaining to you people that just because I'm trans doesn't mean I'm with the adult entertainment industry. And granted, yes, I dress a little flashy, I'm a little sexy, but you know what? You got it, you got it. Especially after everything I've been through. You know, stabbed, shot, ran over, cancer, drowned. I look pretty damn good. And then 3 kids on top of it? Shit, honey. And I'm 38 years old. These are black. And they are actually boots I got from Target. I love them. Things of that nature. And hello to your daughter. What movie is like The Thing? That's Harbinger Down. Really great. It even has Lance Henriksen in it. So it comes highly rated. Yeah, it is what it is. I can, when I get done, if I decide to use any of these clips on any things, I can zoom in on Movie Maker and then just crop the rest of this out. But I'll be honest with you, it's a lot easier than trying to use the app. Alright, later, Anonymous. You be safe and have a good night. Get some sleep. Us third shifters are going to be up for a while. You know, because I got to readjust to my work week schedule. And dear God, I hope it's not another 12-hour day tomorrow. I really don't want to go in there at, 7:30 and not leave until 7:30 in the morning. I love the warehouse work, but it seems like lately they put me in an assignment where I'm sorting orders out. Like, I'll get the bins as they come down from people who's picked all the orders, and then I'll sort them and put them in the other little bins. But I'm in a space about half the size of my room to organize these bins and put the orders in, and, dude, it's a headache. I'd rather be packing packages than I would sorting any day of the week. But personally, my favorite's picking, because you're running all up and down the mods in the middle of the warehouse and grabbing the items that you want, that you need when you need them. It's really cool. Do I have tattoos? Yeah, actually, I will do you guys a favor and let me know if you can see everything. This, let me see if we can't get it in here. This you should be able to recognize if you're a gamer or have been a gamer. This is an emblem from a popular video game series, Fighter, actually. The other tattoo I have is a Gonzo dagger. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll get a little closer. But yeah, those are the 2 that I have. I'm thinking about getting another one. I want to get my Princess of Darkness emblem. Granted, yeah, I know it's tacky, but I want to get like a tramp stamp of me on my lower back right here. I'm quite sure my buddy Johnny Blaze would love that because he's the guy who designed the logo. So I'm thinking about getting that right there on my lower back. Haven't done it yet. Time and money. This was a tattoo that my friends from high school actually gave me. He'd gotten the tattooing and he wanted some practical one here because my spirit animal is the wolf. I love the wolf. So yeah, he did that for me. Of course, I had some issues where it's gotten damaged over the years. Again, going back to that whole scar thing. I won a contest when I was down in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, through BS Skate and Tattoo, because they actually had a pinup contest, which was kind of cool. And I actually competed in the pinup contest. Was basically I won first place in this pinup contest. I'm trying to remember exactly what I did that day. Some raising bra riding. What, on the back? Yeah. It is what it is. I deal with it. This top's tiny, but hey, a little peak never went a long way. But no, it got damaged, so I won this contest, and I got this touched up, and then I got my Gonzo dagger to kind of honor, I loved Hunter Thompson. I actually went to his funeral. I used my old press credentials to get in when he died. It was cool. I was about yay far away from like Bill Murray having whiskey, and about double that away from Johnny Depp, and it was a wild time. Do I have any piercings? Yeah, I got my ears pierced, but that's it. I used to have piercings up around my eyebrow ages and ages and ages ago. Like it was after this incident, of course, where I have some scarring. Because there's a little bit of scarring up above my eyebrow here. And it was funny, because I was like, well, fuck it, we'll put just rings in there. Gonna make some tea, be right back. Alright, go pour yourself a cuppa. But yeah, I had the little rings right in through my eyebrow for a little while. Had my tongue pierced. A crazy ass story with that. One of my friends decided we've gotten to piercing, and he wanted to pierce my tongue. And I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. And it was funny because me and a bunch of my friends, we all went to this club. And I ran into an ex of mine, and it was fucking hilarious. She was there, and she's like, oh, it's your birthday. And she gives me one of the biggest kisses I've ever had in my entire life. Now, you gotta figure I was drinking all night, and, probably not the best thing in the world to mix with, a piercing and everything else. But it was funny because, like, I had ordered, one of those mixed drinks that's still kind of clear, and I noticed that the water was slowly turning red. And I was like, what the fuck? And I realized that I was bleeding, and she came back and handed me my tongue ring back. Was like, yeah, I think I accidentally sucked this out when we were making out, and it was hilarious because my buddy Brett at the time, he came up and he's like, why did you break up with her? And I found it humorous. But yeah, I haven't gotten that back since. Alucard, number one, you guys need to stop with that. And no, I don't have both. But the thing of it is that I am transgender. I have a penis. I have not had the surgery yet, but I am a woman. Some women have penises. Some men have vaginas. It's not hard to understand. There's a difference between identity, sexuality, and gender. And gender isn't necessarily what's here. That's your sex. What's here is gender. It's very complicated. It's very new age, but, suffice to say, a lot of things that people believed back in the day that nobody proved until science showed up later was correct. So, sorry to say. And number 2, she-man was not an appropriate term. Not only that, but the kicker of it is that I am actually a descendant of Vlad Tepes, so using that name's kind of funny. Go right ahead, Chloe. I really appreciate it. I'm going to knock some of these people down a peg, too, because we have that availability. Oh, DMK, you've already taken care of it. Damn, you're a good trooper. Damn. Up, King Bashir's back. We got to take care of him. Is King good or is King bad? Or are we blocking him, too? Yeah, we're blocking him, too. Damn, DMK. I thought Chloe was good. What happened with Chloe? Did something happen with Chloe that I missed? Oh. Oh. Poor King Bashir. Oh, look. It's my butt. 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 Oop, don't mind me, I'm just adjusting myself. Don't try to get a cheap thrill out of this. Okay, cool. No, she's fine. I think she's been blocking people too. So that's perfectly okay. Alright. So. Hey, not a problem, Chloe. It's all good. No. They're just being protective, and that's fine. I appreciate it. You know, I've got some loyal foot soldiers. It works out well. A war girl with plenty of foot soldiers. Hey, it's all good in the hood. Don't sweat it. Don't mind me. I am going to grab myself a drink. Or whatever it is that you kids call it nowadays. I probably shouldn't because my stomach is trying to kill me at the moment, but you know what? Bitch is thirsty. Bitch is real thirsty. Ah! Whoop whoop. It's princess. I prefer not to use the whole queen title. Queen's mom, and I don't want the job. Pre-op. And keep in mind, not everybody who's transgender is going to get the operation. I'd love to. It's just time and money, things of that nature. Robert, I actually work in a warehouse. I don't know when you tuned in. Am I a good wing person? Oh my God, Derek, I can get you laid, one way or the other. You know, I am the type of person who will watch your back. I am like Barney in a dress. It works out rather well. And it all depends on your type. I mean, I can talk with the guys, I can talk with girls, I can talk with whatever makes you happy. Yeah, I do, like I said, I do warehouse work, Axel. Work for a large makeup company that sells in a store. I'm not going to name any names because, God forbid, they get a twisted tit over it and I don't get hired on full time. I used to work for a data processing company, but they got all assholey about this because I started a unity group for LGBTQI rights. And it was funny because I came out, I started a unity group, even though I was with that company for 13 years and suddenly I'm fired. Still fighting it, EEOC, but let me put it this way, it sucks going from a job of 25 bucks an hour to a job that's barely $12 an hour, almost 13. But yeah, it just sucks. Yeah, hey, I'm just saying, I'm a good wing person. I got your back. You know, and if you get into a bar fight, Derek, I'm pretty good at that too. Like I said, I've been stabbed, shot, ran over, you name it. I've held my own. You know, they put me in the ER, I put them in ICU or the morgue, because that's just how I roll. Jessica, I am a woman. I identify as a woman. I am transgender. I was born with a penis, but penis does not, does not define gender. There's a difference between gender, sex, and sexuality. Something to think about. All woman, 100% grade A, badass bitch. You know how they always talk about, that scary transgender woman? Yo, that's me. As large as life and twice as nasty. It's okay, Jessica. It's okay. It's a learning thing for everybody. This is why I do this. This is why I like to hop online. Because granted, I'll get some hate. I'm okay with the hate. But I don't mind educating. I do that. I run an LGBTQIA support group. I'm going to use GSD, DJ. You can get pissed at me. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. GSD like a motherfucker. But I run a support group for that. I'm trying to get an equality center in my small town built, which, big shocking surprise, has gotten a lot of grief over more than a few death threats. And me being me, I'm like, you know what? If you want to start the killing, start it right here. And you best make sure I'm all the way dead or I'm going to make you my fucking bitch. Just saying. But the thing of it is that change needs to happen. And I even help with a suicide crisis line for the LGBTQIA community. So yeah. Granted, yes, I love horror movies, and I review horror movies, and I work at a warehouse, and things of that nature. And people say to me, well, Sasha, this LGBTQIA thing that you do, it's just an ego thing. And that, no, it's not anything for attention. It's not anything of that nature. It's to pave the way for the next people. The people that come after me. It's about basically making it better. People were like, well, what are you going to do when you have this better world? And I'm like, the better world's not for me. I clearly don't belong in it. I'm a warrior. I'm sorry. I will help the establishment of a better world, and I fight with monsters, but, that comes with a heavy price. I may build that better world, but I don't think I belong in it. You ever see the movie Growing Up? COY. Not both. Again, we've covered this. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. There is a difference between sex, gender, and sexuality. And none of those things define each other. So, if I take a lover who identifies as male and I identify as female, it's technically heterosexual. Even though I'm pansexual, I could take a woman or a man. If aliens came down and they were cool people, who knows? I'd be all for that too. It's all about the person at the end of the day with me. I'm very sure. Quite. And sees, this is your warning, so DMK, by all means, please, feel free. See, everybody talks about Saul. Everybody talks about damn Saul. Fucking A. I love that scene in Paul, where he's like, fuck. And that's the thing I think is so hilarious with basically the Search for Intelligent Life, SETI, I believe it's called. Saw. Do not get me wrong, DJ Doc. The original film's good. The second got kind of eh. Robert, welcome back, and you were warned on the last page. DMK, would you like to take the honors, or DJ? It's all on you. And bleeding, this is your first warning. Some of these people might go on report. Yes, I'm pulling a lister. You're going on report. Or not a lister, a rimmer. I'm pulling a rimmer. You're going on report, lister. Smeghead. Ah, Dre Towers. There's another one. You've gotten your warning too. Suffice it to say, you're going on right up there, Lister. Smeghead. And granted, like about half the people here have no clue what the hell I'm talking about, and that's absolutely fine. If you've not seen Red Dwarf, you fucking need to get on that. It's good stuff. See, the problem of it is people who question my sex and my sexuality, they're jealous. They see all of this and all of this, and they're a little turned on, and then they hear the voice, and then they get pissed off. But you're more mad at yourself than you are me. Just saying. You know, because people like me make you question reality. Yeah, Red Dwarf is funny as shit. Glad it's still running. Carlos, I've always known. We just didn't have terminology to describe it back then. Back in the 80s and things of that nature, there wasn't really like a definition. And I never came off as one of those like really flamboyant type of people. You know, I like what I like. And it's interesting because, you know, I had, you know, a bit of our support group and a bit of people talking tonight before I started streaming. And it was interesting because I actually met another person who doesn't fall prey to the stereotypes, and it makes me so happy. And they were like, yeah, I'm hated because I don't fall into the trappings. And I'm like, you know what, that's fine. Me meeting you is showing me that not everybody has to fall into those trappings. And he's like, yeah, I feel the same way. And I'm like, groovy, awesome. You know, because why fall into trappings? Why fall into stereotypes? We're all our own people. Rich, whatever you say. Yeah, we should stop trying to put people in boxes based on their bodies. I mean, the thing of it is, DJ, is the fact that I have seen cisgender women who do not meet the cis normative stereotype of what a woman looks like. It's hilarious. Yeah, especially with this camera. I mean, this camera's shit. Do like... No, I don't. Actually, I find... See, keep in mind, RuPaul is drag. Drag is not transgender. Transgender is something different. Stuff like RuPaul is exaggerated femininity. It's not straight up femininity. And I mean, granted, yes, I'm not exactly the most feminine specimen in the world because here I am drinking and I've got a very husky voice. I would say almost on the level of Lauren Bacall. But the thing of it is that it's exaggerated femininity. It's not real. I don't mind drag performers. I have a few friends that are into drag performance. But keep in mind that drag and transgender are two different things. No, I actually do play games, Jessica. I've said in the other video, I love Borderlands. I love other things. I do play a lot of video games. I did a review of Ghostbusters, the video game recently, basically talking about that it's the true Ghostbusters 3. I play games. I do enjoy it. I've touched on PT. I do some live stream. But sometimes I just want to drink and chat with some people. And this is an interesting way of doing it because A, it gets broadcast so anybody who has a PS4 can see it. And B, not only does it get broadcast, but it also shows up on YouTube. And that's where a lot of these people are coming from. Right. A body is just a body. It's all about the soul and the spirit. Well, Richard, that's something you have to discuss with her. If you're more comfortable that way, by all means. But keep in mind, her reaction to it might not be favorable. Well, definitely, Jessica, please. I've got the YouTube page, which is, you know, Sasha the Princess of Darkness. I do movie reviews. I do game reviews. I do all kinds of stuff. Now, but I drink like a fucking fish. I like Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters 3, it's the only Ghostbusters 3 we're going to get, DJ. Or DMK. It's the only one we're going to get. Exactly. Drag is over-exaggerated femininity. Somebody who's trans can do drag. Somebody who's gay can do drag. Somebody who's a man and hetero can do drag. Female impersonators, a lot of them are married, have children. It's interesting. Oh, thank you, Carlos. Doesn't it show up in the corner? I don't know. I usually don't add a whole lot of people on my PS4 just because. Don't take offense to it. If I'm ever streaming something, maybe we'll talk about it sometime. And I liked Ghostbusters 1 and 2, but keep in mind, Ghostbusters 3 had the original cast. Okay? All voice acting. Granted, no Sigourney Weaver, no Rick Moranis. And you gotta admit, it's better than the remake. One, not gay. I'm pansexual. Two, if you're attracted to me, doesn't make you gay if you identify as a male. And does it really matter who's gay or straight or bi or pan or poly or... There's more than two things in the world. Nothing's black or white. Nothing's gay or straight. Nothing's ever just two things. We don't live in a binary. This ain't the Matrix. You can take your blue pill now and just fucking take it easy. Oh, DJ, if you haven't gotten him yet, go right ahead. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, Jessica. It's just the fact that I hate that kind of thing. Yeah, one, and stop to hate. If you want to go ahead and take care of them, DMK and DJ, I appreciate it. Yeah, I love Pikachu. I love the original 150 Pokemon. I did like it when they added, what was it for Generation 2? Was it 75 more? Was it 80 more? I can't remember. But I love Generation 2. I played some of the first games that came out on Game Boy Advance. But I haven't really played since then. But yeah, that is a... best way I can put it is even though I'm Mama Sasha, you know, I still get Father's Day presents, and that's what the kids got me. It's kind of funny because basically I get two presents. I get Mother's Day and Father's Day because that's just how it works. Because I'm lucky like that. It's just what it is. Oh, thank you, Richard. Yeah, thank you, Carlos. Kids are great. I mean, I love them to death. You know, it's funny that people bring religion into a lot of things. Do you know that in, I want to say, is it Aramaic or another language, that young mother and virgin mother are only a couple syllables off, and that's where they believe Christianity came from, was a mistranslation? Funny that. Just saying. Essentially rich, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. It has really nothing to do with physiology. I mean, it's an overly basic way of looking at it, but yeah, if that's how you can wrap your head around it, yes. She passed the 26th. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Yuck. That's hard. Just one. I am female. I am woman. Hear me roar. I'm a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. And for those who get the reference, oof, that is rough. Oh, you guys already got him. I wish I could see the shit on YouTube a lot easier. I'm not even looking at that app, because somebody told me I could do blocks on the app, but I don't know. Yeah, it's rough. We all lose people. I would love to give you some words of solace, but the best thing I can tell you is, you know, when it comes to death and to loss, as long as you remember, that's all that matters. Because nobody's ever really gone in reality. You know, at the end of the day, with our lives, it doesn't matter where we go, what we do, you know, it's who we touch that matters more than anything else, and who touches us. And that's how we live on, you know. I buried a fiance once. That's a long story. It's why I hate my birthday with passion. Killed by a drunk driver. Ironic that I drink. But she was killed by a drunk driver on her way to see me on my birthday. Her parents hated me with passion because I was the poor white trash that she associated with. Made it real difficult to go to the funeral. At least her sister was supportive. But yeah, it really puts a damper on the whole birthday thing. A lot of bad shit happened on my birthday. First time I was ever assaulted. First time I was ever raped. But yeah, that's why I try to make my birthday a special time. It never works out that way. I always seem to get too involved with it. Anyways, what am I drinking? Fireball. No, you're not bringing me down. It just kind of came up. It's just one of those things. I'm drinking, I'm in my cups, and I'm thinking, and yeah, it's Fireball. Always Fireball. Well, I've survived a lot, Carlos. That's the thing I am. I'm a survivor. And that's the funny thing. I always joke and say, well, with us dames, we just need to spit out a few tears and we're good to go. Ooh, excuse me. It is fun. I'd rather have cold cock, but cold cock needs to send me more. Love cold cock whiskey if you haven't had it. It's really good. That's a bit of a hint of vanilla to it. A little bit of spice, a little bit of je ne sais quoi. But it's very, it's very good. Yeah, Mercer is rough. My mother works in a nursing home, and yeah, it can be bad. Yeah, I love it too. It's just that I'd rather be drinking good old cold cock. I got addicted to that stuff. It goes down really smooth. It's really metal. Shit, it's herbal. It's an herbal whiskey. It's American made. It was really cool because like when Deadpool came out, like they were able to do all the sponsoring and ads, and it was kind of cool because there for a while they were sponsoring me too. I love like Fireball, cold cock whiskey. I drink the hell out of Shivas. I can drink that all day. If I'm feeling really squirrely, I find a way to get my hands on some Everclear. And oh god, you don't want to see me on Everclear. It's hilarious. Yeah, it can be fun stuff. I have fun with it. Arizona tea, Coke, and coffee. I'm actually allergic to coffee. Jessica, you're welcome to message me that, like, not on here, but you can send it to me, and I'll definitely take a look at it. Yeah, see, coffee I can't touch. I'm actually highly allergic to this stuff. I can't touch it without breaking out. I had roommates once who brewed coffee in my teapot, and yeah, I got dreadfully sick. I had to be rushed to the emergency room. Almost closed out my windpipe. It was terrible. Yeah. But anyway, speaking of drinking, I love like microbrew beer. We have this place here in Chambersburg called Roy Pitts. They brew all their beers in the basement. They have IPAs, stouts, the whole nine yards. And it's all brewed right there. And oh my god, it's so good. They have a Best Blonde, which I love. They make, yeah, the stuff is just, it's amazing. All the food's locally resourced. And not only that, but it's a very mellow place to go to. It's not like a bar. The seating's comfortable, the music's never loud. They usually have local live acoustic acts. They have a poetry night. I mean, it's very classy. It's not a hipster bar, don't get me started, or a millennial bar, but it's very homey, and it's very good. And I get a very big happy out of going there. Hopefully I get to go there again here soon, but you know how that kind of thing goes. No, unfortunately not. I am on Hormones Ignition. Hormones is a slow process. Red and black are my favorite colors, by the way. But it's a slow process. Before I have surgery, I'd like to see what I can do naturally. Right now, health insurance has kind of been flaky with me because I'm still technically a temp, and it is what it is. But hopefully I can do that here soon. But anyway, no, they're not real. I did pay for them, they're mine. But right now I use what's known as mastectomy bra. Basically, you know, it's a pocket bra. When the inside of it is basically a breast form. Right now I'm barely an A naturally. Granted, on my side of the family, my mom and most females, like my cousins and shit, they're all about anywhere from the C to D range. So naturally, in theory, if the hormones work, I could eventually, you know, wind up being either a B or a C. So it would be nice. If you're on YouTube, Jessica, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just send it that way. Or better, you can go, you can email it to me. I'm not afraid to give you my email. It's long, I will warn you that much, but it's easy to remember. All one word, no special no special caps or anything of that nature. It's Sasha the Princess of Darkness, 1978 at gmail.com. Again, that's Sasha the Princess of Darkness Sasha the Princess of Darkness, 1978 at gmail.com. All ran together, no spaces, no what have you. You know, I love having a mellow night out myself, Carlos. There used to be a bar I used to go to. It was called the Red Room, and it was nice. They actually played lounge music, like old school, like we're talking about old Blue Eyes. We're talking, you know, Fly Me to the Moon, you know, and it was great, and it was upstanding. You had to wear a tie, piano, live singers. It was a great environment, and I loved to go there. And they had no problem with me. I went all decked out, and it was great because I could dig out some of my 50s housewife wear and, you know, wear those nice dresses. And God, I'm gonna miss that man. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, I wouldn't send it on here, Jessica. I would, like I said, send it to the email. Princess of Darkness. Sasha the Princess of Darkness at 1978 at gmail.com. That just almost lounge thing there. Fly me to the moon. Let me play. Well, see, now I'm gonna try to sing because I've been drinking. God damn it. I can probably do it. I don't want to, but I could probably do it. Yes, I love lounge music. This is like for my favorite punk band, so I listen to punk. I've been known to dip into country, but it has to be real country. It can't be modern country, because all modern country is regurgitated like 80s music. Yeah, I have it on my phone. Fuck it. It's just K, as in Kilo, M as in Mike, O as in Oscar, W is in Whiskey, E is in Echo, N is November, 1138. That's my PSN ID. Now suddenly I'm going to have 41 plus people trying to add me. Dear God. Yeah, you can, like, that. I'm old, honey child. I don't know how to run these apps. I'm old. Touchscreen is an amazing technology. There are days I feel like when I power up the PlayStation, I'm living in the Star Trek universe. It's wonderful. You know? Yeah, it is awesome. And I miss that place. It was great. And I get to wear nice little heels, some stockings and some garters, and yeah. And I'm old as fuck. Yes, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Senior. Um, even though we're all ready for some football. All right, DMK. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just about 3 o'clock here, so. But I normally work until 5:30 a.m., so I try to stay up as late as I possibly can because that's just me. Good night, DMK. I look young, but there's beauty to makeup and shapewear and everything else. You hold down the fort. Alright. You walk point. Night, night. Now I'm starting to gather a crowd. Now, since you guys are probably on PlayStation Network, okay, just go and check out some of the videos I have there on YouTube.com. DJ Doc will attest that I do some pretty good videos. Leprechaun 2 was just done. Granted, albeit early, but I figured might as well do it while I can do it. This weekend I was supposed to have my eldest son, but that's the thing. He was sick, and it kind of sucks because next weekend's his birthday, so I know he's going to be at his mom's. I'd love to go to the birthday party, but there was drama last year, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I'd rather do something for him, with me at my place than something else. Yes, punk. But yeah, I love old, like Loretta Lynn, Crash. Shit. Sang Blue originally. I love that. Johnny Cash, we already mentioned. And good old Elvis Aaron Presley. Granted, not country, but still about that era. Yeah, see, I can listen to anything. Rap, punk, rock, some pop. We were talking about Kesha tonight for some weird reason. But, she got a real shitty deal anyway, so we'll give her credit. It is what it is. The Beat Farmers. Yep. Greg Stefano, blah, 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 Yeah, we don't do that here. We don't show our tits. I got a spare set in the closet if you need a pair. I think they need patchwork, but by all means. Yep. Rock and rockabilly. Yeah, that's the that's the shit. We used to have rockabilly nights, and that's when we would do the pinup shows in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. We had a guy that would actually play like original 45s, a DJ. Get this, who had the old school setup and everything else, and man, I miss those days. Nice. Country trash band. Indeed. Yeah, the pinup shows though, like, man, I miss those. I've been trying to find a way to kind of reincorporate them here in Chambersburg, and it's interesting because I do have a bar that kind of backs all the LGBTQIA stuff, which is Webb's. Really great place. They're still kind of small. They're still kind of new downtown Chambersburg. But I've been thinking about, hey, let's have a pinup night. Sasha the Princess of Darkness would be more than glad to be your MC, host, and judge, and talk about that kind of stuff. Because I love the pinup lifestyle. I love the the fancy dresses, the lingerie when it comes to boudoir. I love it. It makes me feel pretty, and yeah, I just wish sometimes I felt more pretty. So I love the 50s style because there was something cool about the, granted, yes, women's rights and things of that nature weren't exactly right then just yet either, but there was something about being just a pretty little slip of the thing for your man and taking care of the house and the kids and the whole 9 yards. Heaven forbid I'm an activist and an advocate, and I long for such things. Terrible, I know, right? And what kind of housewife would I be? I listen to punk rock and drink, and I love my boots. And I like wearing skimpy outfits on occasion, but damn it. At least I know my man would be happy. To say the least. I'm just a hopeless romantic. Don't mind me. You know, watching my relationship kind of blow up on me today. Kind of. You know, not today, but this weekend kind of sucked. At least I was the one who pulled the trigger, right? At the end of the day, that's what you gotta do. And you gotta do it right. God damn it. Anything we're doing is worth doing right, motherfucker. Fucking A. Goddamn pig fuckers. See, tourist comes out at me every once in a while. Woo! Indeed. God damn it. Buy the ticket. Take the fucking ride. Fuck. Yes, yes. And by the way, people who want to see more Tourist of Terror, The Tourist is coming back. We're going to review Wheeled Warriors. I kind of snuck that in there. Even though Elijah wants to do, he wanted to play the whole way through it. And I'm like, kid, I've already beaten this 3 times. Here, just make sure you play as different Autobots, and by all means. So I'm going to do a review as the Tourist for that. I'm not sure if that comes first or not, because I really want to do the Wheeled Warriors thing. Because it's a weird show. You know, it's... Mattel had that toy line. And, yeah, if you've ever seen the cartoon, it has nothing to do with the toy line. The toys do show up, but, yeah. It was a show that wanted to be Star Wars without being Star Wars, and a magic root, and, yeah. Fucking A. And I love doing it, because if I'm having a dysphoric day and I don't feel like getting fancy, I just plop on the floppy hat, pair of shades, pop in a cigarette, and just go all nuts with my hands and motions and everything, yeah. Me doing the Tourist here is kind of breaking some illusions, I think. Had ignition, had. And, yeah. Yeah. It's a long, sad sob story. If you get a chance, once the other video is archived, that took place before this one, yeah, I go into explicit detail. It was a complicated situation. Maybe some... Why do I have ARC, Sasha? By the way, do you have ARC? What's ARC? Oh, the game Arc? No, I don't have the game Arc, unfortunately, no. I do have Little Big Planet 3, or was it 4? Whichever one just came out for PSN. So I'm always looking for people to play that. I can always share play. So I like to play that new Ghostbusters game, even though it's shit, but I got it for $5 from, you know, Redbox. And I love share play, because you only get to do it for half an hour. But, no, Ignition, yeah, it's a long story. We were off more than we were on, and then one day he wanted space, I gave him space. He came back, but he also came back with a little, Bippy in tow with him. Yeah, I wouldn't say I dumped him so much than anything else, DJ. It's just the fact that I don't like the idea that he's messing me around and messing this other girl around up in New York, and thought he could have his cake and eat it too. Sorry, I'm loyal. I don't want a disease. And I'm loyal, you know? Especially when he was like, oh, you should close all your dating sites. I love my OK Stupids. I never took any of the dating stuff seriously. I never got a serious offer. Most of the stuff I got on a dating site was, you know, sexual advances, and it's like, no, I'm good. I'm not here for that. It just evolved into something that was humorous. You know, I deserve better. Yeah, I do. I mean, I've been through a lot, so my expectations are going way down. But I just deserve somebody who I know is going to be loyal. I'm not asking for a wedding ring right off the bat, even though I saw this black and red one that just was like, yeah. But somebody got me that. I might have to say, ooh, yes. I can't move, though, and I can't drive because of health issues, so you'd have to come to PA. And if you look like Chris Hemsworth or Matt Ryan or Benedict Cumberbatch, or Idris, or it was the name Idris Elba, or him, or the guy who plays Luke Cage. Oh my God, Yeah, if you meet any of those 5 requirements, by all means, please. Yeah, I love red and black, and nice handle, by the way. Yeah. I mean, does that make you a cannibal? Just curious. Nothing wrong with cannibalism, you know. Alternate food source, just like alternate facts. Takes all kinds of critters to make Mama Sasha's fritters. Oh my God, Mike Coulter. Oh my God. Oh, dear God. That man. And when he was in Jessica Jones, I was like, Jessica Jones just got interesting. Ooh. And when am I getting a Marvel superhero? When am I getting that representation? I'm just saying. You know, I could wear a cape. I can beat down some motherfuckers. Fuck. Yes, the Princess of Darkness movie is coming at some point. It's a siege film. I have a script. It's just, I don't want to lose creative control. There's a lot of indie filmmakers around here, and I want to do it. Yeah. Just like a fucking oyster. But Matt Ryan, though. Matt Ryan, DJ. Oh my goodness. Him as Constantine with that British accent. That's my kind of man right there. Oh my God. It's coming, Carlos. I'm working on it. It's in scripting phases. I'm nowhere near on the level as basically James Rolfe. I don't know if anybody knows who James Rolfe is. So it's not going to be anything on the level with that. But I want to do something that's dark, that's horror, that basically... And I'm probably going to name some movies here that you may not have heard of. Have you heard of basically Wild Zero? I know DJ Doc has heard of Wild Zero. And DJ Doc, if you have not heard of Wild Zero, I'm kind of pissed. Yeah, so everybody's talking about Pikachu. Hold on. Ooh, Pikachu. Woo! No, I'm not buzzed. No. No. Yes, Wild Zero is great. So it's kind of like Wild Zero, the idea that I have. See, here's Pikachu, because everybody keeps talking, about him, her, whatever. And of course, here's everybody's other favorite. He just got done shooting a new episode, so I'm ecstatic about that. But yeah, Wild Zero, and the reason why I use that as an example, because it does have a transgender character in it, which is... But to me, the character should be a hero. And basically my concept is Wild Zero meets Feast meets Night of the Living Dead. Basically, it involves a energy drink known as Croak. Strong enough to wake the dead. Of course, the FDA doesn't test such things. Of course, this gets mixed with alcohol at a bar to test it out. And as a result, it does things to the patrons where it becomes a siege film. And Sasha's more or less in the background laughing her ass off at these people trying to figure out how to stop it and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. and she's basically like, fuck it, I'm taking charge, and kind of has that Ash Williams kind of attitude, because she's seen all the bad movies and she knows how to handle the situation and what to do and what not to do. It'll be a parody of siege films and a parody of basically bad movies and the rules of movies. Think how Scream kind of took the rules and flipped them on their head. Well, it's kind of that way, you know. So I think you guys probably get a kick out of it. I'm working on it. I figure with it being a siege film and taking place in a bar one evening with, you know, Sasha kicking ass, especially with the scene where she shoots a bartender with the shotgun and goes, make mine a double. I love it. But it's something I'm playing with at the moment, and it's all about the right things lining up. I do know a bar who probably let me shoot there, so. It's never Halloween, and it's never too early. Richard Thibodeau? Or is it Thibodeau? Like Dale, what is his name? Not Dale. King of the Hill. Dauterive. Bill Dauterive. Every day is Halloween, damn right. Let's hear it for Halloween. Let's hear the people scream. That's Pain, by the way. If you haven't heard, you need to go download stuff. PainTheBand.com. Great punk band. Love them to death. Well, it's my horror persona kicking ass and being a real cunt, and I kind of like the concept, especially with there being a chick that her nickname will be Tits McGee, and I just kind of love it to death. Because one of my buddies, she loves to model, and she loves to act, and she's in a lot of local films, and she's like, everybody hires me for my tits, and I'm more than tits. And I told her, I said, well, when I make a movie, we're going to have a character named Tits, but you're going to be badass. And she's like, I actually kind of like that. I'm like, yeah, it works, right? If you're known for your tits, we're going to make that your nickname, and you're going to kick ass regardless of those tits. Have you ever seen Bloody Mallory? No. But I did watch that movie by the Soska sisters recently. American Mary. I love that to death. That's a great flick. But, you know, I have a crush on Catherine Isabella, so that kind of helps. You know, she's the reason why I went to see Bones. Y'all remember Bones. Somebody tell me they remember Bones. That movie was a trip and a half. Yeah, it is a great movie. Catherine Isabella, my goodness. Yeah, only reason I saw Jason vs. Freddy also. Catherine Isabella. I haven't seen that one yet. I've only dabbled in certain things. I like a lot of the stuff that's lesser known. You know, and that's just me. I like underground stuff. I saw that they remade Moontrap. That fucking has me pissed off. And there's Richard Thibodeau being a cunt. Oh, I also have a bad thyroid, so we can cut him at least a little bit of slack. Not much. Probably his penis length, which isn't much slack at all. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, that's what I think is funny. You know, Jessica, is with this film, I make fun of kind of gender stereotypes. There's this scene that I wrote just recently, and I love it to death, where the character gets a hold of a weapon, and somebody has... And I love making fun of other horror movies, and granted, it's kind of a cribbed line, but, you know, somebody makes the offhand statement of, what are you, a boy or girl? And Sasha's like, boy, girl, I'm the one with the fucking gun. Yo, Mr. Ross from the UK! What's up, my ninja from another country? I love you Brits. I'm not gonna lie. Especially Larry. Larry, if for some odd reason you're watching this, no, if you paid for a plane ticket like right now, boy, you'd be in trouble. Let's just say that. And granted, yes, I know you're a bigger fella, but that doesn't bother me any. You're a sweet, honest, down-to-earth kind of guy. And I'll still drink you under the table. I don't care how big you are. And once I do, I'll have my fun. You're traumatized, okay? Shit, I'm too much of a woman for anybody to handle. Hell, I've learned that the hard way. And that's the thing, it's not for attention, honey child. I'm here to just talk and have a conversation. And, you know, you have the option to watch or not to watch. You know, the most powerful negative thing you can do is to walk the other way. Because when you're involved in a conversation, be it positive or negative conversation, you're still reacting. And in the world of YouTube, I'm still getting ad revenue because you're clearly watching. You're clearly clinging to every word. Getting me some more liquor. So that's just the way I look at it. No, I'm just talking. I'm just here having a good time. I'm here to show visibility during March, which is Trans Month of Visibility. And yes, being visible, if that means I have to put a big old bullseye on me, fuck it, I'll be visible for those who can't. For those who've been killed, for those who have died, just trying to exist. For those who've killed themselves, who can no longer speak. I speak for those who can't. And you know what the worst part of it is I'm all those angry bitches all rolled into one. And we're out to exact our pound of flesh. Kick 'em! Exactly. I can be a resource, but I can also be a weapon. That remains to be seen, Richard. Really. I mean, what's Richard short for? Or what's Richard, you know, the summary of Richard? Dick. It's kind of like a bald man being hairy, I guess. Well, Jim, the thing of it is I've always realized that I was different. That I didn't fit in exactly the way it was. We didn't have terminology for it back then. I feel I'm answering the same questions. Come at me with something real, brah! But, no, it's something I've always known. You know, when did you realize you were cisgender? When did you realize that you were male? When did you realize you were heterosexual? Nobody keeps track of that stuff. No, Mauricio, I'm transgender. I'm a woman. Just like they said. Oh my. So anyways, trolls aside, DJ still has power to do blocks. Jessica, do you want the power to do blocks and bans and reports and all that? Because I can make it so. Same way with you, Carlos. You're doing pretty good. If you're on YouTube, do you want the power of bans and admin rights? Because we can do that. We can do admins all damn night. Boot these fuckers back to the Stone Age. Now, honey, I am all woman. More woman than most. I mean, let's be honest. Without stripping down naked, what do your eyes tell you? I got some great legs. I got a nice shape. And granted, I'm not saying that's the pure definition of womanhood. Because different bodies, different folks. You know, and a lot of this is some hellaciously awesome shapewear. You notice how when I talk about bans and blocking people, they all suddenly just disappear and shut up? It's funny. And that's where I think a lot of the ignorant stuff comes from. What games are my favorite? Now, with favorite games, this might go back a bit. So, let's start with early video games. To say Pac-Man, because, you know, that was something that I grew up with. I love the Pac-Man era, because I had Pac-Man fever. DJ, you probably got that one. But I love Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was awesome, too. Asteroids. Centipede. Love Defender. Defender was the shit. I loved Pong. Granted, it was a simple game. That was 80s. You know, I loved the original Mario Brothers. I can't get into the new ones. I wasn't a fan of anything after, you know, Mario 64. I didn't like Mario 64 at all. I loved the original Mario games. Mario 1, 2, and 3. Out in the hidden levels. That was great games. Loved Contra, because me and my brother used to play that constantly. We loved Contra. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES, but the arcade game, which was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 for the NES, and the original arcade game. Loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 on NES, which was, what was that, Mutants in Manhattan? Something with Manhattan, I can't remember, but it was the third one on the NES. That was one that I played a good bit. Mega Man. Oh my god. Fucking Mega Man. I'm going to reiterate this. Fucking Mega Man. Mega Man. Mega Man. I loved Mega Man. Anything with Mega Man. Mega Man 1 through, what was the NES year? 6? Was 6? Was it 7? Was it up to 7? I can't remember, but anything with the Mega Man on the NES, I loved that. Let's see, Battletoads. Loved Battletoads. GameCube, PlayStation era, Resident Evil. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. Code Veronica to the lesser degree. I loved Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube. Let's see. GameCube games, I still have a ton of those. I loved the Hulk Ultimate Destruction. That was a fun game. PlayStation 3. Again, more Resident Evil. Borderlands. I love the original Borderlands. Borderlands 2, I wish I could get back into that. Like I said in the other video, there was somebody who basically, I used to play it with, and now it's hard to do because I kind of associate that with that, and, it is what it is. Borderlands 2. Right now I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 on the PlayStation 4. I like the new Godzilla game. I know it's weird to say, but I don't like the tank controls. For something that came from Atari, or the subsidy of Atari, basically that is one of those things. But I love Godzilla. Let's see, what else? And EDF. Anything that's EDF, Earth Defense Forces, is shit. I'd do it, but that's due to Rush's job, not mine. Yeah, I just got up and blocked a few too. Well, not seriously in the ass. I'm not doing it. I mean, come on. We're talking about a guy who pretty much said, "Oh yeah, it's up to the state levels. Why deal with it?" Yeah, I ain't doing it myself. Fuck that. Hell no. Not even with somebody else's strap on. I'm good. Fucking good. Aw, thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. I sometimes worry about my shoulders. It drives me nuts. And people all the time complain about me wearing chokers because they're like, "Oh, draw attention to your apple." I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I love chokers. Oh. Yes, I do a little bit more racier of one, but as DJ can attest, the last time that I did a little bit more racier of a podcast, yeah, people were asses twice as worse. And it's still funny, I'm still getting assholes, but nowhere near on the level that we had that one day, huh, DJ? That one day was rough. Hey, Jessica. I'm just getting some more fucking ginger ale. Steve Thompson's coming out a little bit too much. But, yeah. You know, you guys have been great. Yeah, it is pretty tame. You know, but, you know, whenever I wear lingerie and stockings, it gets kind of bad. Which I don't get, because I have literally seen videos on here where women are wearing bikinis. And yet, if I show up in just my corset and my skivvies, I'm the one that gets given shit. Go figure. It's not like I'm naked, not like I'm all splayed open for the world to see. It's just lingerie, you know, usually with some cute, floofy, like, red shoes, but damn. Yeah, chokers are the shit. I love chokers. I miss those floral print dresses from like the 90s. That stuff was cool. Yeah, it takes me back to high school and college because, you know, when I was in high school, I had my own car. I was able to drive back then. You know, it's before all the blackouts and things of that nature. So I could drive, which was really cool. And I had disposable income because I was working at the movie theater at the time. I didn't have kids at the time, so, you know, and I wasn't involved with anybody. And it was really cool. Oh, thank you. But, anyways, I would get all dolled up and go out as me. And granted, I was younger. And I hate to use this term, but damn, I was younger and my voice was so much softer and I was passable and it was great. And we're talking about like 16, 17. Yeah. And yeah, it was cool. I'd go to the mall and get all kinds of looks and checked out and damn, I miss those days. I did get caught once by my dad. This was when Mom was in the, because she had a nervous breakdown because my dad was a piece of work. Yeah, so Mom was institutionalized for a little while. Yeah, Dad caught me. It was hilarious because at first he thought it was a girl that was in my room, and no, it was me. And I wasn't expecting him home early because he was working late or messing around with somebody at the time. And yeah, that was an ass beating. And he was pissed because I want to say it was either junior or senior year. I can't remember exactly which year it was. He was already mad at me because I was having trouble finding a prom date. You know, I was supposed to be the man. You know, and I had already gotten tickets, hadn't gotten a tux and everything else, and it was funny, he was so pissed. He thought this would be punishment for me. He made me go to prom with one of his work buddies. And it cracked me up because, yeah, I got to go get a nice dress, new lingerie, corset, makeover, all on Dad's dime, and he thought it was a punishment. Not a punishment. Not at all. And his friend didn't think so either. Terrible, I know. But it worked out for me. But still. Memories. What happened with Sasha? What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean, what happened? Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it was one of those situations where I look back on it fondly. It was funny because I did get involved with him for a little while in between like high school and college. Didn't work out. I know he expected way too much out of me. But that's life. You know, it's complicated. But it is what it is. And I've had a glorious prom at least that one time. I was still nervous as fuck. But thankfully I was the dorky kid and quiet and kept to myself, so nobody really knew who I was other than the fact that I had tickets. And this was all pre-Columbine, so nobody really checked that kind of shit anyways. So yeah, it worked out because nobody knew who I was. Again, this is when I was younger, like 17, not even 18 yet. But yeah, it was a good time. It was funny because, you know, Dad was all, but you were embarrassed, and I just laughed and said, whatever. Didn't stop me, didn't change me. Ginger ale, because I just had a bunch of whiskey, which I'm thinking about getting back. But it is what it is. Yeah. Woo! Makes me a little flushed even thinking about it, even after all these years. Hell, knowing him, he's probably married now with 3 kids and God knows what. Probably remember little young me, little slip of a thing back in the day. Such is life. Oh, no, this is ginger ale. This is not Fireball. I got some ginger ale a little bit ago. I'm going to drink some more Fireball. Indeed. Woo! Thinking about that just was... wow. Yeah, I have a lot of good memories. Yeah, a lot of bad ones, but that's life, you know. Life isn't the pictures in the photo album, it's the moments in between. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's me in a nutshell. So, there's a lot of you guys have been on here and have been devoted for quite a while, and I love loyal followers. Again, I hate to repeat myself. Sasha the Princess of Darkness. Sasha the Princess of Darkness. Sasha the Princess of Darkness. Well, that's the thing. The world is what it is, and my dad was a piece of work. I have my own scars from that. He used to beat the hell out of my mom. Used to beat the hell out of me. Yeah, he didn't get to beat the hell out of my brother. I love my brother to death. Though sometimes I look at him and go, damn, you needed more ass beatings than what you got. I took way too many for you. But it is what it is, you know. He was a piece of work. He came from a farm family of 9 other kids. He was abused, crazy as fuck, used to cheat, run around on my mom, then accuse her of shit. Yeah. His funeral was a fucking mess in and of itself. I had to run interference trying to keep all of his mistresses and the people he was messing around with out and away from my mom. And it was funny because he died, you know, drunk driving, after he'd worked a triple shift at the prison and then decided to go to the bar and drink. And it's like, you just worked almost 20 hours and you're tired. Why the fuck are you going to go drink? And I was already of drinking and driving age then, you know, where I could say, hey, I can go to the bar, I can pick you up, I can do stuff like that, you know, and I love the bar, you know. I never, you know, granted, yes, I've had my drunk driving experiences, and thankfully nothing ever happened, and we'll never do it again. Not just because of physiology and things of that nature, but You know, to do something that stupid where you're tired and you put not only yourself at jeopardy but others is fucking stupid. But yeah, that's what finally did him in. And I thought it was funny because everybody's like, why aren't you sad at your dad's funeral? And I'm like, I am sad. I'm sad I didn't kill the fucker myself. You know? But had he called and had he said, hey, Sasha, can you come get me? I would have done it. Hell, I would have went drinking with him. Granted, there's probably a good reason why he didn't do that, because of his whores. But, yeah, it is what it is. Well, we all have our scars. And granted, he might not have been the best father in the world, but he showed me how to not be a good parent. Sometimes you can learn from people's bad examples. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that, Amba Gaming. Amba is gaming. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, yeah, it's just one of the things. I can imagine, Carlos. I mean, life is life. Sometimes you've got to deal with the cards that you're dealt. You know, you can't be a victim. You can learn from the bad experiences and survive and endure, or you can't. And for me, I've always been about surviving and enduring. You know, sometimes that's how life is. I wouldn't say I came out okay. I would say I survived. And it's not so much a passive thing. It's like being forged in flame. Some steel bends. Some steel breaks. But some of us come out harder than hard. And sometimes I regret that. I wish I had a few soft spots, but I'm finding out that I do, but still, such is life. Well, DJ's been doing a good job of it. So that's good. But, yeah, what other questions do you guys have from me? Come on, there's 27 y'all that's watching on PlayStation Network alone. And as of right now, there's at least 30 plus on YouTube. So come on, somebody's got a question. Somebody's got a question. Somebody's got something to say or something to ask. Oh, I'm sorry, Leon. Leon S. Kennedy. Hi, I'm not saying your handle. Yeah. I don't think anybody chose to be here. You know? And it's all rat race. Nobody gets out alive anyway. But that's the thing. I always tell everybody, I didn't choose any damn thing, but you know what? I'm playing the hand I'm dealt, and I think I've done pretty damn well thus far. I prefer not. I mean, as terrible as it sounds, I might do a vid where I have other people chime in and chat. It's just the fact that when I start a party, I'm worried about who else is going to come in on that party. So I just try to keep it cool. He's gone. I kind of figured, DJ. I bet you saw that name and was like, whoa, wait, what? Whoa. Hold on. I wouldn't say I'm doing great. I do alright. I keep my head above water. Bloodied but bowed. I'm the captain of my fate. What is it? I'm the captain of my soul. Master of my fate. Damn it, I know an old English teacher. It's going to be so pissed that I don't remember that off the top of my head. I'm keeping it real. I like to say, creeping it real. Creeping. C-R-E-E-P-I-N-G. And if you haven't seen the videos, I keep plugging it, as terrible as it sounds, because I need more views, damn it. I need more views of my reviews. Which is, of course, Sasha the Princess of Darkness. I just did Leprechaun 2 for St. Pat's. I also have recently reviewed Alien. DJ Doc loves them. I know DJ Doc is waiting for more tourists, as is a lot of people. Tourist is coming. But definitely. YouTube.com. Sasha, the Princess of Darkness. Just do a search for it. I do all kinds of horror reviews. Find my channel. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me to fuck off. I don't care. Because I'm still getting a view. And yeah, sometimes I do collabs, or whatever y'all call it. Kids with your fancy YouTube and TV and shit. But, no, I'm getting ready to actually do another collab with Hibiki TMD. Ian's being quiet today, and I just don't, God, I'm gonna do it, aren't I? My accent is not the best, as you know. Favorite horror monster? Ooh. Fishman. Fishman. And not just any fishman, they gotta be humanoids. Humanoids from the fucking deep. Rob Bottin at his greatest. And as I like to call the movie, Fishmen Love to Fuck. Because essentially that's the plot. A bunch of fishmen get a bunch of coelacanth, prehistoric fish with the bony plates. They get mutated by this canning company's attempt to genetically engineer salmon so they grow bigger and stronger and faster. Of course, the coelacanth eat the salmon, they get bigger and stronger and faster as a result, and they start to evolve and become fishmen that just want to fuck. What was that? Oh, cool. Was that you, Amba's Gaming, that did that? I don't know. But yeah, fishmen love to fuck. And that's what I call it. Because essentially, you've got these fishmen who now want to become amphibious. But how do you do that when you're a fishman? Oh, you fuck people. And so yeah, it's a great movie. And it's directed by a woman, no less, which is kind of cool. Because everybody's like, oh, it's so sexist. Really, it was directed by a woman. What the hell? Great film. Love it to death. Second favorite movie monster, of course, is The Thing. I love The Thing. I think it's just a unique concept where it can look like and be anyone or be anything. It's brilliant. Not the original The Thing from Another World. I respect that movie for what it is. The prequel one I didn't like as much. But it is what it is. I love The Thing. I don't really fall into the whole vampire trappings. I don't know if anybody has learned this or not. But I do have a bloodline with Vlad Tepes, so I don't exactly like vampires a whole lot. Vampires, to me, I just can't like unless they're done originally. I loved the idea behind 30 Days of Nights. That was like one of my favorite comic strips. I actually met him. I'm trying to think of the writer's name, ages and ages and ages ago. I always joke with him, like, weren't we talking about vampires? And I mentioned about Alaska. Where's my fucking movie check? And he died laughing. Anyway, I love Zombie, with an X. Not zombies as no, Zombie from James Farr. If you have not watched James Farr's Zombie, and again, that's Xombie. It's a Flash animated cartoon which deals with a zombie with a conscience. And it's such a great series. He's actually started a whole new series. There was the original Flash animation, which was cool. Used to be on Newgrounds. I don't know if anybody remembers Newgrounds or not. I used to love it because they had this game called Chainsaw the Children. It was a great time killer, time waster when I worked in an office. But, yeah, he did this show called Zombie, Xombie. And God, is it good? Yes, Zombie! Yes! Xombie! Yes, Dirge is the shit, and I'm so glad that it's back. Because you had the original Zombie series, then you had the sequel that was in comic book form, and I think the new one's called Dead on Arrival. Or was that the comic book one? Either way, great series. I can't wait to see what James Farr does. I'm glad he got the rights back. There was supposed to be some sort of big hullabaloo about DreamWorks making their own movie based on the character. Never came to be, so he managed to get his rights back, and I love it. And it's great. Does anybody else remember Newgrounds? I mean, I'm just curious, because I remember the Tankmen from Newgrounds, the guys who rode around the tanks, and, you know, Newgrounds was fucking fun. And Joe Cartoon. Superfly. Oh my god, I'm so wasted! Somebody's gotta remember Joe Cartoon with the flies. Superfly. Yes, Newgrounds. And Joe Cartoon. Oh my god, Joe Cartoon. What was the thing with the donkey? Pin the tail on the donkey. Pin the tail on the bong key? Pin the tail on the donkey. I'm glad you joined too, Carlos. It's been a load of laugh. Check out, like I said, the Alien review. One of my best works. I'm rather kind of proud of it. Pat myself on the back. Leprechaun 2, I enjoyed that. That was a fun review to do. I love to do the St. Pat's review every year. Yep, Carlos, you be safe, man. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That pretty much rules out polka for you. Well, it rules out polka and disco. I mean, I feel the same way about disco as I do herpes. Though I do like disco music. Don't laugh. I love disco. And Jessica, sometimes they're not worth arguing with. It's just like, whatever. DJ will ban them, or I'll get off my cute ass and ban them. What have you. I don't care. And it's funny, because I thought for a while, like, the majority of the views I was getting was from PSN. Like, DJ, do you remember that video where I was strutting around in my lingerie and shit? Do you know how many views that fucker got? Do you know how many views that motherfucker got? Oh my god. I'm coming for you, Edith. But, no, that's how many views it got. I mean, it was just, whew. The thing of it is they want to argue and they want to be a troll, but the kicker of it is they're bringing what we want out of it. Yeah, it was like almost 2,000 views, DJ. 2,000, that's like the biggest turnout I've had. And I love, love, love when I have big turnouts. I know a lot of people don't like this long format, but fuck, I love sitting on here and just chatting and talking with people. Because, hey, the trans community in general, we don't really have good representation, maybe is the word I'm looking for. I don't know exactly what I can say, but most people, they're familiar with Caitlyn Jenner. You know, and she's like a walking punchline. I hate to say it. You know, and I've told people, I'm like, it's okay to make jokes about her as long as you're not making jokes about her gender or gender identity. As long as you're not misgendering her or making fun of that, that's fine. Because I agree, her political views suck. Especially when everything came out with Trump and she's, you know, he's all like, or she's all like, oh, I'm so surprised. No shit, dumbass. What did you expect to happen? You know? But I don't feel one should misgender her. There's a lot of other shit we can do with her to make fun of her. But that's poor representation for us. Then you have, for example, Laverna Cox. Night, Chloe. Take it easy. I'm going to. And come and join us again sometime, Chloe. I appreciate it. But then you have Laverna Cox. You know, and granted, she's a very good advocate. She's a very good activist. But what did you know about her beforehand? Before Orange is the New Black? Before anything else? Later, Chloe. But, no, what did you know? I mean, nothing. And she gives this illusion that trans women are preformed. They're already got the surgery. They're already good. They're already ready to go. Let's stamp them out. Let's sell them. You know? Nah, I think we got them all so far. They'll probably mellow out now because it's getting kind of late. Even I'm thinking about punching the time card here in a little bit. But how many, outside of Laverna that we just mentioned, but how many trans women are actually played by trans women in media? You know, like the biggest deal right now was Redmond in Danish Girl. I mean, hell. The Buyers Club. You know, Jared Leto. And these are people that accepted the Oscars with a full fucking beard and screaming masculinity as if to say the trans community is just people pretending to be women. I hate that concept. And don't even get me started on Michelle Rodriguez. Alright, I ever see that bitch in public for basically doing that whole reassignment movie, I'm curb stomping her. It may fix her fucking teeth where she looks like a normal person from then on out, so maybe I won't do that. Or I'll just keep doing it until there's nothing left. But, no, that's the wrong representation. That movie, and I hate to put it this way, would have been fine maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Because, again, I love Dress to Kill. A lot of people down on me for liking Dress to Kill. I love Silence of the Lambs. But the thing of it is that, to me, in order to show a character like that, you also have to show another member of the community saying, okay, well, they're not all bad. Well, just send me the request, Jessica. I'm on it. KMOWEN 1138. Yes, cis actors playing trans characters. And don't get me wrong, I think it's interesting that Laverna recently got a role on a TV show that was originally meant for a non-trans actress. That's cool. But we need more representation. And that's one of the reasons why I've been kicking around. I know it's not going to get mainstream by any way, shape, form, or the other. But that's why I want to do the Princess of Darkness movie. Because I think by doing the Princess of Darkness movie, it's going to, you know, yeah, Felicity in Transamerica, Hillary in Boys to Cry. There was a movie with a trans actress in it that was really good. Boy Meets Girl. Is that what it is? Boy Meets Girl? Girl Meets Boy? Something like that. That was really good. But, yeah, I mean, to me, we need better representation. You know, we really, 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 really do. And I'd love to see, like I said, that's why I love the whole Sasha the Princess of Darkness thing, because it shows that, hey, I can be a horror host. The concept of doing the movie, it shows that here's this badass trans woman. She's not somebody that's there for cannon fodder. She's not for, you know, there as an in joke. She can be the lead. She can be the badass. That was the only thing that was wrong with Wild Zero. The trans chick was not the main character. Don't get me wrong, I love Wild Zero. I will watch that movie all day long. But she wasn't the main character. Yeah. But it is what it is. We're making progress. The world's changing. The world's becoming a little more open and accepting. Have I read Gun Hill Road? No. No. Between movies, work, advocacy, shit of that nature, reading, even though it's fundamental, really hasn't, you know, made an impact with me lately. Right now I'm having trouble, and you'll laugh, I'm having trouble struggling through this because I want to read it with my kid because he's gotten into the horror scene a little bit. He likes horror gaming. But I've been reading this lately because I want to be kind of on the same page with him with it. So, I mean, it's something that we're doing together. It's a Mama Sasha and Elijah thing, so it's kind of cool. Oh, it's a movie? No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, Linux, the BBC is an awesome network. I mean, we were just talking about Red Dwarf. Shoot me that on Tumblr there, DJ. Don't mind me, this isn't a strip show. I'm just taking off my boots. Yeah, you may. You're polite. You know, you get off the wall, Urban O Productions. You get off the wall, DJ will take care of you. I do. Or you mean you did? Oh, my feet feel so much better. Urban, the thing of it is that, number one, I'm a transgender woman. I identify as a woman. I've always felt as a woman. I'm just more open and honest and visible about my appearance. Now, I'm pansexual, which may go a little above your head, but what that means is I don't see gender when I select a mate. Recently I was with a guy. I'm probably going to stay with guys at the moment because as terrible as it sounds, it's a hell of a lot easier than dating women. But if I'm with a guy, even though I identify as a woman, am I not heterosexual then? It's a quandary, to say the least. I have been with women, but I'm transgender. And I identify as a woman. And that's one of those things. So, you know, I won't lie, like, being with men is a hell of a lot easier than being with women. Oh my god. You know, and since I'm on hormones, and this gets a little personal, but this might float some of you guys' boats, since you guys want to ask personal questions. Sex, since I've been on hormones, isn't about enjoying it as much anymore. It's more about the physical intimacy that I'm with somebody that I care about. To say I get much joy out of a sexual relation, I don't. It's more for servicing and pleasing whomever I'm with. And I get joy from that. So, no, whatever I have going on down here, I'm not using it for penetration. We'll leave it that way. Okay? I'm not doing anything like that. Thanks to hormones. Hell of a drug. They don't allow me to do that, so to speak. It's like whiskey dick. I don't think they've ever came up with a phrase for estrogen dick yet. We need to coin that phrase. It's estrogen dick. So, yeah, for me, it's mostly lips and hips when I'm with somebody intimately. Meaning either they get my lips or my hips, and that's about it. But it's more for their pleasure than it is mine. Because any relationship needs some eventual sexual interaction. But the thing of it is it's more for my mate. And let me put it this way: you guys are easy. With a girl like me, you don't even have to try. You guys do what you need to do, and let's get back to the cuddling and sweet talk and video games, and I'm good. That's why I always joke with people. Not only am I a woman, I'm the perfect woman. You can't get me pregnant. I'm as clean can be, and I'm as loyal can be, and, you know, you get your pleasure. Well, now I gotta watch. Thanks for the warning. Sheesh, I just got a little... Yeah. Thanks, 5-year-old, for walking in during the midst of this. Yes, I'm utterly embarrassed. Such is life. But that's the thing with me. So it's something I frequently get asked. How does that work for me? You know, trust me, it's all in back here for the moment until everything's said and done. But even then, you know, it's not so much my enjoyment, it's whoever I'm with. And for me, it's about being a part of that person. And you get what I'm saying. And making that person happy. And that's why I laugh at anybody who's like, oh, being with you would be gay. No, it wouldn't be gay. You'd have the best woman out there. She'd bend over backwards for you, literally and figuratively, just to keep you happy. Oh, well, that's sweet. I try. He missed me taking off my boots, unfortunately. It is what it is. But, no, that's how I feel. I don't know if other trans women feel the same way or not. I've never sit down and had that conversation with them. I'd love to and say, okay, so let me ask you all a question. You know, and that's the thing. It's interesting because ever since hormones, that kind of thing, I don't miss it. You know, I do miss being a part of somebody and connected, but, you know, I hope that helps. I say progress, not perfection. But, you know, I just wonder how it all says. Hey, kid. No, but do you have any toast? Again, Red Dwarf. It creeps into everything I do. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to have to wrap this up tonight. I mean, we've had a bit... Honey, these are stockings. They're just not, you know, thigh highs. I normally would, but with this skirt, doesn't leave much to the imagination. It'd be garters all day, and trust me, I already have enough people that gave us shit earlier. But yeah, you guys have any other questions? I'm going to give you guys, and genuine questions, I'm going to give you guys 3 or 4 more questions, and then I'm calling it a night. So here's your chance. Ask away. No, I'm probably going to crash and call it a night, because that's just how I roll. I'm just waiting to see if anybody else has any questions. I will give you 3 more questions. 3. 1, 2, 3. 31 people watching. Wow. Mama is doing good. Mostly I want to get out of this corset, to be honest with you. I think corsets have a lifespan of about, like, 8 hours before they get intolerable. Though, it is what it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it, and we'll do this again sometime. I'll give them a couple more seconds just to be nice. Yeah, I know, I will. I'll get to it. I'll either do it this later this afternoon or tonight or whenever. Yeah, it gets a little rough after about that 7th hour. It's like, oh, God. You have to be lonely at Farmer only. Yeah, apparently. Well, at least I know the porn places are advertising, so yay! Oh, see, now you add don't. Well, I liked it the first way. You have to be lonely at Farmers Only. Yes, I've got no problem with farmers. Thank you for your food and all the rest of the stuff that y'all make for us. But, yeah. Though I don't know. I mean, if it's a nice, strapping farm lad, he needs a little housewife to cook him meals, and I gotta deal with all the horse shit and pig shit and cow shit and sheep shit. Maybe. Alright, yep, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for all the questions. So we are killing it. Love ya. And, unpleasant screams.